let's talk some Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 2, Part 2, and Shadow Spin comic news. Most of it's bad, some of it's good, but I felt like today we should discuss this topic just at the bat. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is I have so far put up two reviews of the new June sets for Ninjago Dragons Rising. Check them out if you want to. It is the Battle Arena set, the Tournament Battle Arena set, and Zane's Ice Bicycle set. I've reviewed them. They're both amazing vehicles. The only set I'm not reviewing from this wave of sets is the Team Combo set. I don't like it. Don't want it. Not for the $100 price. I'd rather get the mech and the dragon because they're worth it. But those two I'm not getting straight away. I'll be getting later on in June. For some reason in Australia Kmart's they've released early. And even at LEGO stores. Don't know the reason to that. There is two sets I'm planning to pick up today. And that is obviously the Tournament City set. And the Polybag. The Polybag will be an easy set to quickly build and review. But I don't know if every store has different products out for some reason. One of each. So I'm just going to go with the flow, see what happens. And whatever I get first, I review. Besides that, that's not news. The good news and bad news. Let's start with the bad news. The bad news that we're speaking about today is the Shadow Spin comic. It is not coming out anytime soon by the looks of it. It's going to come out in June. And its scheduling is like really confusing. I would hate for Part 2 to obviously need a tie-in to the comic, which I doubt it will. But it is looking like it's not going to get released on its proper schedule like it was hoping to get done. So it seems like this comic book might have some issues with release. So that's... I was actually looking forward to this comic, and I was actually hoping to plan to pick it up. But if its scheduling issues are this bad, I presume they're going to be worse here in Australia. Because Australia, when they get a release date, they try to stick to it. But with books, it's a really rocky thing. You're never going to get it at a bookshop, so you have to order online. And I don't really like ordering stuff online. I like seeing it physically because I don't want to get damaged. But, hence, I'm not going to complain. It is just a comic book. I will find it online most likely and read it there. The other thing here is another issue. The release date. But I take this as a bit of good news instead of bad. Now, the issue here is people have been speculating release date because of Finland, saying it's going to be in August. Now, in my opinion, I do think that is too early, and the writers for Ninjago Dragons Rising have even stated themselves, even though they don't know the release date, it is very early on to say basically August. I do get that. Now, Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 1, Part 1 and Part 2, let's quickly just talk about them. Part 1 came out over a year ago now, in June. So, releasing Part 2, obviously, is something they had to do before the end of the year and before October. So, it was something that was very interesting that they had to do and obviously think up. Now, obviously, for Season 2, Part 1 and Part 2, they sort of had to juggle and shuffle over. So how would you best sort of do this? Having 5-month gaps is probably the smartest thing to do, right? Yeah, I do consider this to be the smartest thing. Tanner Fishies even has stated this in his videos, that this is probably something that is smart to do. Remember with Seabound and the Island that year, we had gotten everything out in the first part of the year, and we had to wait to the next year, June, just for Crystallize. That was like the worst Ninjago content I wasn't even interested. I lost interest in Ninjago up to that point. After watching the Island, didn't get the sets out straight away. Lost interest. No point in watching the show. What do? Ninjago is just like that, but having this 5-month gap obviously means preparing for stuff. Now, obviously, I do think a trailer will come out in August, and plenty of leaks will come out in August. Now, if they wanted to do something shabby with this, they could have just released the March sets a bit further up, and then the June sets maybe like in July or something, but I'm not really too worried. I think the August release date for most of the sets that are coming out now in June, because in different countries they obviously got different release dates, I totally see why August is probably the release date for most of these sets in parts of America. Sorry, I'm not really sure about how that works in parts of America. I do get that though, because like, if all the sets are technically all released by August 1st, makes sense to sort of slowly start rolling out trailers before or after that, mainly after it. But that's just my idea. In my idea, that's good news, because we won't be drained out of content if Season 3 comes out again in April next year. Makes sense to not have a long wait and just have a short wait. But let me know in the comment section down below how you guys feel. I know this was a bit of up and down news. The other thing I wanted to also quickly just mention here is I'm working on a 3-part video talking about Skybound. Skybound is one of my favorite seasons, and a quick summary of what I want to talk about is there's been brand new information being found that Skybound was supposed to be such a darker season. I want to do a full discussion video, and I'm going to combine the 3 parts of it all together. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below about all this news. Thank you guys for watching. This is the Wild Ninja signing off. Wildfire! Wah!